Hey guys, Paul with Weapons of the World here, and today we're going to be talking about the German MP-40. Some basic information about the MP-40. It was designed in Germany in 1938 by a man called Heinrich Vollmer. Its caliber is 9mm parabellum, and it fires the 9mm out of a 32-round box magazine. Its overall length is 32 inches with the stock extended like it is, or 24 inches with the stock folded. Overall weight is 8 3/4 pounds, with a barrel length of 9 inches. It's just a simple blowback submachine gun. It fires only on fully automatic. However, you can pull the trigger just slightly to get off 1 round, or 2 round, or 3 round burst for that matter. The effective range is about 100 meters with this gun, which is pretty standard for a submachine gun of World War II, or any submachine gun for that matter. So let's get into the history of this gun. Originally, the MP-40 kind of, I don't want to say turned into the MP-40, but originally the MP-40 was the MP-38. It looks exactly like this, like the MP-40. However, you can tell them apart by this magazine well. The magazine well on an MP-40 will have these just bumps or kind of grooves in the side. Ooh. You'll see the grooves in the side of the magazine well on both sides, while the MP-38, this will just be flat and smooth. So that's the easiest way to tell them apart. The reason the MP-38 was not a very good submachine gun is it had one really big flaw. It had a safety problem. If the gun was, ready to fire and you knocked it against something or gave it just a hard knock, it would just start firing uncontrollably on fully automatic, and that is an extremely unsafe situation if you have just a gun firing uncontrollably. Also, it was kind of expensive to produce. It was mostly machined parts, so what the Irma company, which is who Heinrich Vollmer worked for and who was producing the MP-40, side note, a lot of people call the MP-40 the Schmeiser. This is because on the magazine, mostly at the bottom, it would have Hugo Schmeiser's name on it. He had really nothing to do with the MP-40's design. But anyways, back to the actual history. So after they kind of fixed the problem with the MP-38, they turned it into the MP-40, which is basically the updated, improved, better version of the MP-38. Other than them fixing the safety problem of the gun just firing uncontrollably on fully automatic, they also eased the production of the firearm. The MP-38 was mostly machined, like I said earlier, out of aluminum or steel or whatever material they actually used. I believe aluminum. But what they ended up doing was switching with the MP-40 to just stampings. It made it a heck of a lot cheaper to produce, a lot easier to produce, and it also made it much faster to produce. So the MP-40 was basically just a much more improved, much safer version of the MP-38. Other than that, there's really no difference. They function the exact same way. So let's get actually into the function. So like I said, this is just a basic blowback submachine gun. There's really nothing crazy about this. You'll see when you pull the trigger, the bolt just goes forward and back. There's no it's got a fixed firing pin, so there's no hammer or anything that drops. It's all in the bolt right here. You can see the extractor, and all the gun does is when you pull the trigger, the bolt goes forward, chambers around, and fires it at the same time. And the recoil of the round actually pushes the bolt back with the recoil spring. It's a very simple, very common submachine gun design. So overall, the MP-40 was a very fine submachine gun, very reliable, relatively accurate. Really nothing major about this gun was wrong. There was no problems. It was honestly just a fine submachine gun. Now, something you'll commonly see in the movies is, especially like World War II movies, everyone and their mother has an MP-40. I've seen this happen so many times. In actuality, mostly officers, engineers, paratroopers would be issued the MP-40. Anybody that had a need for, squad leaders also. Most most squad leaders had an MP-40. Anybody who had a need for a submachine gun, instead of most infantrymen would just be issued a Mauser Kar 98K rifle. So unlike in the movies, not every German soldier has an MP-40. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe below. Bye.